Why is it every film on this list that has some connection to the colour red sucks? When you think Martin Scorsese, what do you think of? Badass gangster film? Intense, strong, story-driven drug flick? Dark thriller murder story? Or a campy, cheesy ballet movie being one of his favourite films of all time? Didn't see that one coming, did ya? Yep, The Red Shoes is one of Martin Scorsese's favourite movies ever made. Who would have thunk it?
I say, that's yours too, isn't it? Yes.
The 1948 British movie follows Vicky Page, played by Maura Sharir, a young ballet dancer trying to make a name for herself. She soon meets a ballet writer, Boris Lermontov, played by Anton Walbrook, fresh out of Harvey Keitel's Vagina, who wants to take her under his wing.
She's hardly likely to be anything else.
He sees her potential as a dancer and decides to take her along with his company to Paris and Monte Carlo as she meets other dancers like this dude who just crept out of Hank Azaria's arse crack, but the main ballerina decides to leave the art to go and get married. Selfish bitch.
That's my answer too.
And he wants Vicky to be the next big star and therefore puts her in his new ballet called What Else? The Red Shoes.
Red Shoes, why are you so evil? You cause me so much trouble. I gotta put you in the trash.
Written by an aspiring composer, Julian Craster, played by Maurice Goring, fresh out of Giovanni Ribisi's Ballsack. Vicky and Julian soon fall in love. Well, of course they do.
Never.
The ballet is a big hit, and Boris discusses her future with him as he too starts to feel for her, growing jealous of Julian, rejecting future content before firing him completely, leading to Vicky also leaving the company. However, she is still under contractual obligation and is forced to dance.
She's putting too much into it.
She refuses at first, but is soon convinced otherwise, and is then torn between her love for Julian, who wants to run away with her, and her obligation to the ballet. She soon runs away and flings herself in front of a train in one of the most unintentionally hilarious scenes in film history. Seriously, try not to crack a smile watching this. Wait, she survives? She throws herself in front of a train and she doesn't get killed instantly? This is basic physics, guys. Like, this is like lower school education. You go in front of a train, you get a boo-boo. Okay, she eventually dies, but you throw yourself in front of a goddamn train, you are dead instantly. What? Did the train just hold back? It felt bad, it didn't want to hurt her too badly?
Why do you want to live?
The screenplay was written by Emmerich Pressburger, loosely based on the Hans Christian Andersen story. It was originally intended to be a catapult for Alexander Corday's future wife at the time, Merle Brum. Many years passed without the script being produced, leading to Pressburger and director Michael Powell rewriting the screenplay and adding more emphasis on the actual dancing before finally beginning production themselves. They would also work together again, producing a novelization of the film in 1978 set in the 20s.
They would all give you their best.
For the original film, the filmmakers opted to use dancers who could act rather than actors who could dance. In order to prepare for a massive ballet sequence in the middle of the picture, they even created their own ballet company entitled Royal Ballet.
Yes, you're quite right.
Upon release, the movie received positive reviews, but it originally did not make much money at first in the UK due to the Rank organisation, more like the Wank organisation, not being able to spend much money on promotion as Caesar and Cleopatra left them short of funds. In addition, they just didn't understand the merits of the film before becoming the 6th most popular movie at the British box office in 1948. It only received a limited release in the States but earned $2.2 million in rentals on a £505,000 budget. Universal Studios was soon convinced that the movie was worthwhile, taking over US distribution in 1951, making The Red Shoes one of the highest earning British films of all time. This is why abortions were invented.
He has no heart.
Reviews from critics were mixed. Some praised it while others called it cliché and unrealistic. The film was voted 9th in the BFI Top 100 Best British Films Ever. Brian Easdale's musical score won an Academy Award, and the film won Best Art Direction and Set Decoration. It was even nominated for Best Picture, Best Writing Motion Picture Story, and Best Film Editing. Alright, let's just cover this right now, okay? My movie that had no budget, was not meant to be taken seriously, was supposed to be shit, had a better story, it had better writing because we didn't just bank on people being fans of comic books, we didn't just hammer that shit home, we had other stuff to keep you engrossed with it, and as for better editing, what's this? That was better editing than any effect in the movie.
Please, don't be discouraged.
The movie inspired other films to take ballet a lot more seriously. It was this that led to Gene Kelly including ballet in An American in Paris. It was also the reason MGM began to produce a film entitled Red Shoes Run Faster, but it was quickly scrapped. The picture was even adapted into a staged Broadway musical in 1993, and it ended up receiving the TDF Astaire Award, but closed after 51 previews and only 5 performances.
It's a bit late for apologies, isn't it?
Yes, a little late, I think.
Kate Bush released an album with the same title inspired by the film, as well as being used in The Line, the Cross and the Curve, and in 1952 came The Firebird, also inspired and paying homage to the original. In 2005 there came Diaga Live and the Red Shoes, a ballet inspired by the 1948 version, utilising some of the original dancers.
It's the right tempo.
The movie itself cost a lot more to make than expected, but the company had no faith in it whatsoever. They tried to bury the movie completely by giving it absolutely no premiere at all, just showing it at late screenings in London cinemas. Slowly but surely it started to gain a following, and the studio thought maybe it had potential after all. The movie even sat on a shelf for nearly a year after completion, even before giving it a chance.
Oh, you can take your time. There's no hurry.
The original story follows a woman who purchases some, well, red shoes,
Why are you so evil?
and the shoemaker who sells them is actually rather demonic. They end up controlling her to dance against her will, leave her boyfriend, and ultimately ends in her untimely death. Unfortunately, that actually sounds really cool. Sad thing is, none of that's in the movie. Except for the red shoes. They kept that part in.
Well, I like it.
I mean, the demonic and possession shit is nowhere in the movie. Unless they were trying to be subtle and not show a lot of it, but there's literally no indication of it whatsoever. It's just a movie about a ballet with red shoes everywhere.
Nothing matters, not the music.
Okay, now don't get me wrong. Technically, it's not a badly made film. It's a really cool idea and has some unique and damn impressive visuals for its time, and even transitions. Look at that. The director utilizes really clever point of view shots during intense moments, and it's so inventive for its time. It was also really admirable to try to get the art of ballet to be taken a lot more seriously. You know, before Hulk Hogan butchered that later on. But the problem here lies within the delivery. Let me put it this way. Rocky can be enjoyed by people even if they're not a boxing fan. Copying Beethoven I absolutely love despite not being too keen on classical music. 8 Mile roped in fans around the world who weren't even big on hip-hop. When you make a film that, yes, is clearly aimed at a particular demographic, boxing fans, classical music, hip-hop, comic book, you need to produce the content with additional material as well so you can expand your audience. The aforementioned films had subplots and other material that was able to branch out to its audiences. People paid more attention to boxing or rap music or comic books because of Rocky or 8 Mile or Batman. They knew what audience they were targeting towards, but they were able to tell a compelling story without just focusing on that one subject matter. The Red Shoes is all about the ballet, entirely. You know what's not entertaining? Ballet.
I have never seen him quite as bad as this.
The love story just revolves around the ballet as well, and it's even told within the ballet. It's a cool way to develop a romance in mid-performance, but when you're not giving anyone outside of just ballet fans a reason to care, it just falls flat. I know nothing about ballet dancing, so for the most part I found myself incredibly bored. The characters have nothing to them, and every single scene is ballet this, ballet that. There's no other context. It's shoved down your throat, so I can see ballet fans loving the picture, but those who, like me, have no clue or no interest in it, it's just not going to work.
Calls him a monster.
I appreciate the art form because it does take a whole lot of talent to tell a story entirely through dance alone without any dialogue, but it's not my particular thing, thus making my interest in this 2-hour-plus movie diminish rapidly. They constantly blurt out nonsense about the musical score in the ballet as well, and it's just not interesting. It's boring, and I'd find drinking my own urine whilst juggling stillborn babies more exciting.
I think you've made a very important decision.
Furthermore, the acting performances leave a lot to be desired.
I've asked my niece to dance for us tonight.
I've asked myself to not open my mouth so much when I talk tonight.
Yes?
Last night I wrote you a letter.
But you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
He invites them, I teach them. I get rid of them, he forgets them.
Eye contact? He gets better actors. They suck too. He keeps them in the film.
Good morning, Peter.
Well, hello, Vicky. What are you doing here?
I'm trying to act. How about you?
You look dressed up for a conference.
Hello. Is it a conference, huh?
Yes, they're redoing our dubbing. It's fucking terrible.
I've got a part in a new ballet.
A new ballet? What ballet? The Red Shoes.
I'm acting.
There you are, Mr. Lermontov. And where's the orchestration? When do you want it?
Same time we're getting our acting lessons.
Why aren't you in bed?
Oh, you gave me quite a fright.
Oh, you almost acted.
Why aren't you in bed?
My audio dubbing engineer is getting pissed.
Thank you, Mr. Lugo.
My name is Grisha.
I am acting.
All right, not bad, but she's a flame.
All right, not bad. She's an actress.
Don't do any more work on the new ballet. I decided to scrap it.
Scrap it? What do you mean?
Acting? What do you mean?
I am through with it. I resign.
I am through with acting. I am out.
I love you, Julian. Nobody but you.
Did you love that more?
I don't know.
I love acting, Julian. Nothing but acting. I'm acting. I'm acting. I'm acting. Oh look, she's reacting to the movie that she's in.
I'm sorry to tell you that Miss Page is unable to dance tonight.
She is unable to talk any slower, to pad out the running time anymore than this. He doesn't even look like the love of his life just died right in front of him. It looks more like he's inconvenienced and annoyed at the situation. Oh, come on. I've got to go to the coroner's. Fuck's sake. I'm gonna miss Game of Thrones.
Precisely what is going on?
The character of Julian actually isn't too bad. At the start, nobody knows who he is, so you do kind of sympathise with the dude. The film itself, however, just seems confused. I mean, the entire production written by, as opposed to just a little bit written by? What the hell is she doing? Is she supposed to be looking at him lovingly? Because it looks more like she's plotting to cut out his liver.
She's a great patron of the arts.
Literally, the editor even wants this over with just as quickly as he fades out in mid-conversation. I don't blame you, dude.
You know, at parties, everybody's supposed to be very happy.
Not when we're watching this shit. The hell is this guy wearing? A curtain?
We know him.
Okay, so admittedly, this scene, Julian gets to the building and tries to find out who's in charge, and it's a little bit funny.
Excuse me, can you tell me who's in
Don't
charge
ask me
here?
anything, young man. I'm just somebody's mother, and that doesn't mean much around here, I can tell you.
Only a little. The movie even gets so lazy, they decide to literally spell out the entire plot for us. I shit you not. They question the audience's intelligence that much.
It is the story of a girl who is devoured by an ambition to attend a dance in a pair of red shoes. She gets the shoes, goes to the dance, and first all goes well, and she's very happy.
This dude looks scary as hell. He looks like a damn horror movie villain. He does it more than once as well. It just seems random and out of place. It's like Jack the Ripper sneaked into the studio and wanted to be a part of the film, and everyone was just too afraid to tell him no.
Music is all that matters, and nothing but the music.
This woman's hat is bigger than my future. It's fine. It's fine. Just leave it to it.
War between me and the audience.
They are also way too obsessed with red shoes. I get that it's in the title, but Jesus Christ! I wonder why it's called Red Shoes! I mean, I wonder! You know, I always wondered why composers always look like they're having a fucking seizure. Did they mention this is about red shoes? Red shoes! The ballet sequence, I shit you not, lasts around 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes of no dialogue and just ballet. They throw in bizarre and dark visuals that are actually quite well done, but it's still ballet, and for someone who doesn't care for it, I just can't get into it. And they just tease you as well, just when you think it's over. There we go. Oh, come on! This dude looks more like Dracula than the damn love interest. Ironic because this film sucks.
I want to create, to make something big out of something little.
Like my son.
It's too small.
This dude clearly messes up and accidentally walks into a chair.
Don't you miss another member of our happy little family?
This makes me feel uncomfortable. Alright, well, I'm not made of stone. Julian cuts this nice little speech about his love for her, and it's delivered and written quite well. But just to be an arse, I'd just like to point out that a kids' TV sitcom on the Disney Channel did this way better. I'm sorry, but it's true. And do you really think I'm going to let you get away with not seeing it? Yeah, play the clip.
Okay, Corey, you educate me. You tell me what love means to you.
When we were born, you told me that we used to take walks in our strollers together around the block. When we were 2, we were best friends. I mean, I knew everything about this girl. I knew her favorite color. I knew her favorite food. And then when I was 13, Mom, she put me up against my locker. She kissed me. I mean, she gave me my first kiss. She taught me how to dance. She always was talking about these crazy things, and I never understood a word she said. All I understood was that she was the girl I sat up every night thinking about. And when I'm with her, I feel happy to be alive. Like I can do anything. Even talk to you like this. So that's what I think is love, Mom. When I'm better because she's here.
I'm not crying, you're crying. It's Corey and Topanga.
Did you see that? She smiled across.
She smiled? What a bitch! Who the fuck does she think she is, smiling? Fucking happy cow.
Mr. Lermontov, you don't understand. We really are in love.
He genuinely does sound like a 12-year-old boy trying to convince his parents.
I could make you one of the greatest dancers the world has ever known.
By magically giving you talent? It gets darker towards the end, but it's all just edited so sloppily and lazily. None of the cuts that they make any sense, and it's completely out of context from the previous ones. Now watch this. I swear, I'm not doing this. I am not editing those pictures over it at all. The professional movie did this all on its own. Wow.
Good night, Boris.
Good night, Sergei.
Sergei.
No prejudice, please. Nobody else has ever danced the red shoes since you left. Nobody else ever shall. Put on the red shoes, Vicky, and dance for us again.
Quite dramatic for a fucking ballet.
Put on the tutu, Vicky. Get in touch with your inner princess, Swan, and you parade around beautifully as the cute little angel that you are.
Look at this dude's coat, what the hell? This guy's clearly making out with her tits. He knew what he was doing when he signed up for the role.
Why do you think I've waited day after day since you sent her away from me for a chance to win her back? Because you're jealous of her. You're jealous!
This chick has got the longest eyelashes in the history of the world.
Who was wearing a pretty red hair ribbon yesterday and isn't wearing one today?
The movie even has silent closing credits. Seriously, watch. It's like they're holding their own moment of silence for all the deaths that they inevitably caused beforehand. There's also a famous plot hole that's so famous, Wikipedia even has a paragraph about it on their page. A movie so bad, Wiki even has an entire paragraph pointing out its own bullshit. Okay, so bear with me here, I have to pretend I give a fuck. So we see Vicky preparing for the play and she's already wearing the red shoes. However, when the play begins, she's not wearing them and doesn't put them on until midway through. That's it. Nope. I tried. I still can't give a fuck.
Give a fuck! I don't know what a fuck is to giving!
This was apparently intentional. The director wanted people to notice but overlook it as symbolism for Vicky not being able to stop dancing or something. So basically, he done fucked up, and he was pissed off that people realised, so he made up this bullshit excuse that makes about as much sense as lesbians using dildos. Why do they use them? Not only was the movie a pain in the ass to watch, but it was also a pain in the ass to make. Just on the first day of shooting, lead Maura Sharir got bad sunburn and developed blisters on her back. She'd also end up wrenching her neck, getting a scratch that turned into abscess, all from being suspended in a harness for up to as long as 8 hours while being bombarded with wind machines. She didn't even want to do the film in the first place. Michael Powell tried to get her to say yes for an entire year before she finally agreed. I think that's called harassment, dude. After the film's release, Maura Sharir, who did not get along with the director, claimed making the film was a terrible ordeal. She called Powell distant, aloof, and never gave much direction to his actors. He made his dancers perform for hours on end on hard concrete floor, and many had their legs swell up from the pain. I guess actresses who were also considered and therefore dodged a bullet of traumatic experiences consisted of Ann Todd and Hazel Court. The film is so sloppy, and in my opinion, it just caters towards a certain demographic that's realistically quite minuscule in comparison. It doesn't give you any other entertainment value other than that. So, unless you're a hardcore ballet fan, I'd recommend you steer well away from it. Red shoes, red shit. I'm questioning you.